After $1 billion hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help save you time and get claims paid faster.
Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. I'm lead meteorologist John Chilcat for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast here, sponsored by C3 Group. Check out their page in the description below here on our Facebook page. And if you're not watching us on Facebook, go join us on Facebook or just Google search C3 Group for more info about them. Now going into today, we have a few storms to talk about, but for the most part, a big thing to talk about is we had a haboob yesterday. I'll talk about that in just a second. But first, make sure you can check out our video on our app. Download our app if you haven't already. You can watch our videos right there. Click on the lightning bolt, lower right hand corner of the screen. You can continue watching these videos while you're working, or even just listen to them while it plays in the corner of your screen. And of course, you can go and rotate and click on it, and it'll give you the full screen view of all of the videos that we have. So make sure you also have notifications set up. We did send out notifications yesterday that we're mapping. Send them out today. Send them out every single day for our videos. Notification options on your desktop computer, on your HailTrace account. We'll bring up this lovely screen where you can check off one, two, or all three different ways to get notifications, whether it's on your phone, on your email, or on your desktop computer. And of course, notify for specific regions, whether it's whole city, whole state, or the entire country. You can get those notifications for your business needs. And we're going to talk about, here it is, the haboob that we had yesterday. So a haboob is basically a thunderstorm will shoot out a bunch of outflow, or the exhaust from the thunderstorm, the gusty winds. And since they're in the middle of the desert in Arizona, it picks up a ton of dust. So you get strong winds and real dusty skies. We get the area here, we had some really strong winds, over 70 miles per hour, some smaller hail, 0.75. I think there's a couple isolated quarters that were in there as well. Big story was the wind, over 300,000 houses impacted. This is what it looked like. This was from yesterday. This was a little further off to the west of it. I love Phoenix. It was moving across, and you had, this is over by Yuma, and you can see this is all dust. You can see the top of the thunderstorm right in here, and this is the dust come roaring out, and it was really hauling. And you had quite a bit of damage. Just a couple pictures here, these trees getting uprooted, stuff getting all kinds of ripped off, and lots and lots of reports. A lot of the wind reports are talking about roofs getting ripped off, peeled off, shingles getting blown away. So this could be a pretty good wind event. The Southwest, especially Phoenix, I know you guys who probably work there will never forget 2010, but hailstorms are more infrequent than the wind, so this is a pretty good little map for you guys to check out if you're in the Phoenix area to go do some roofs so you don't feel like going to Colorado. So now for today, I don't think we're going to see any haboobs today. I think we're going to see some pretty big hail in northern Montana and southern Alberta, where could have up to some 3-inch hail possible. However, it really looks like not that many people are going to be affected. This is a pretty rural area. This hail seems to focus in on places where there is not that many people at. So unfortunately, again, another day where I only have 2% on the map, 2% for Billings, 2% for Bismarck. I think most of the activity is going to stay to your north, and outside chance the storm could form a little further to south. But again, this is the main focus here. Maybe Glasgow, I want to say, is a town in Montana where there is in that risk area. And further to the east coast, could be a couple storms popping up this afternoon after about 2 o'clock Eastern time. Could see some storms, more likely wind events, strong winds and turning into a line, but there's that chance that if the storms stay isolated, you could see some hail upwards quarter, $half size. 2% for Albany. It could extend that to Burlington, over by Portland, and even back towards Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. But for the most part, I think the biggest hail will be limited to Montana and into southern Alberta, Canada. Okay, you can kind of see our HailTrace logo on here is green, so you can see through part of my shirt on every single one of these videos. Anyway, here's the radar that we're showing here. You can see storms form across pretty much just to our neighbors to the north, and kind of ride that Montana-Canada border, and eventually just stay north into Canada. I think North Dakota might not even see any storms if that's the case. Further off to the east, you can see storms forming along a cold front that's going to be moving through the northeast this afternoon. and you see some storms moving across southern sections of Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, and this is indeed Chris here, Tropical Storm Chris. It's a strong tropical storm right now, will likely become a low-end hurricane, if not this update, but the next update we have later on this afternoon. Won't impact anybody, it just keeps going out to sea, giving some good surf to people out trying to surf in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Otherwise, not really much of an impact across the United States. Tomorrow looks like we're going to see some storms across northern sections of Minnesota and possibly meandering as far south as Minneapolis. But I think the core of the storms are going to be up by Bemidji and Duluth and up into Canada, up to maybe some golf ball size how possible. I think more of a wind threat is going to be the primary thing we're going to be looking at for tomorrow across northern Minnesota. And here is the radar to show you guys that. It looks like, again, storms are going to form and rapidly move down to the south and east towards Lake Superior. And again, this is not going to be that huge of a deal for a hail threat. So with that, go to our 5-day forecast here, also sponsored by C3 Group. And not a whole lot we have to talk about continuing this week. Is just sort of kind of quiet in terms of big time hail in places that matter. Again, there was some big hail yesterday. I saw a few pictures, some solid baseball size hail in Saskatchewan. But we could see 2% chance for a 3-star map for both today and tomorrow. Hail size is obviously a lot larger today than tomorrow, and the population goes up to moderate in the event that we have the Minneapolis metro getting impacted tomorrow. Move forward to Thursday, still moderate population threat, golf ball size hail, but I'm not moving that 3-star map potential really at all through the remainder of the forecast period. It really looks like things are going to either stay just away from people, or when they do move towards people, that hail threat's going to be pretty low. And I can show you guys that here for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday's threat looks like we're going to stay north of Omaha, south of Minneapolis. Wisconsin's your main population center. Places like Green Bay, Appleton, Madison, all those are going to be at risk. And even towards, what was it? God, what the hell? I forgot the name of that town. Anyway, along the border of Iowa and Wisconsin, we could see some hail there, get up to golf ball size, possible to move more towards a line of storms on Thursday. Friday, I think the chance of storms being a line versus isolated with hail is much higher. Again, we're going to start only seeing up to ping pong ball size hail is possible for Friday, but Chicago's in there, so that high population threat, unfortunately, I don't think it'll be enough to give us a 3-star map, but things can always change. All it takes is one good storm, especially moving through an area as densely packed as Chicagoland, and we'll see how that goes on. And then for the start of your next weekend, things shift back up into the Dakotas. Looks like we're going to see some storms in North Dakota and parts of South Dakota, but for the most part, going to be pretty isolated and pretty isolated from people as well. So those chances are going to be low through the rest of this week and into this weekend. Hopefully maybe we get some more interesting weather events like the Haboob in the Phoenix area to do some roof damage other than hail. And we'll be doing all that coverage for you, all the maps. We do have, again, we have the map for the wind for the Phoenix area for that Haboob. So we will go check that out. And that's really all I got for you guys today. Again, pretty quiet. This is going to be a pretty quiet week. We are in the middle of the summer here, and this pattern is just much more heat and humidity versus big time storms. But do follow us here on Facebook. Hit see first, and that way you don't miss any of our updates, especially if we do get a surprise storm or an interesting storm, something crazy happening in Europe or South America or wherever the hail decides to go hang out during the summer. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, any inquiries about Hailtrace, call us, email us, or message us on hailtrace.com on intercom, and we will get back to you as quickly as possible. We'll answer any questions you may have, especially if you have any questions here on the video that I don't answer. So I think that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. for another Hailtrace forecast. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow.